Thank you very much. You're welcome back. And this show is brought to you by Bank of Africa, strong as a group and close as a partner, MTN. Welcome to the new world. Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. And they've been celebrating 30 years of solid partnership. Now, are you a public service worker and need a loan to meet that dire financial need? Here's some very good news for you. Apply for a loan from Bank of Africa and you are sure of getting your loan approved within 48 hours. Enjoy up to 5 years to repay. 5 years to repay. This is unbelievable, really. 5 years to repay. Get a discount on fees and ultimately start repaying the loan after 3 months. Yes, that's the good news that we're talking about, and it happens at Bank of Africa. They have branches all over the country. So get in touch with them. On Sundays, the footballers meet at the park. The Omutio guys are their joint. The church folk share the grace, and friends and family come over to visit. But now, with MTN Sunday Special, your Sunday just got more special. For only 50 pesos, you can text and talk all day, every Sunday. So who is it that you love talking to? Is it your mom, dad, sister, brother, or that special somebody? Just keep talking all day, every Sunday with MTN Sunday Special. Send the word YES, Y-E-S, to MTN short code 5050 to sign up and say welcome to the new world, and you'll be smiling. Medimosis Prostacure, Medimosis Prostacure, they have the Prosta Cure tea, which is a special formulated health drink that improves the following urinary problems in men: frequent urination during the day and night, delayed urination, straining during urination, urgency to urinate, interruption of urine flow, dribbling of urine after urination. Prostacure from Medimosis Prostate Center is located at a dental barrier, Tema, Ajay Kojo, or Ahenema Kokoben, Kumasi. You can call them 02081406668 or 0244068447. Thank you very much for keeping your dials here on Newsfile, on Multi TV. And get self-supporting renewable electrical power from the world's leading European 40-year-old brand Victron Energy. Reduce your ECG bills and free yourself from high cost of fueling your generators with their off-grid and hybrid solar systems using the free sun energy. Their products include Victron Energy Wave Power Inverters, inverter chargers, solar panels, battery chargers, ultra fast MPPT solar charge controller, AGM and GEL deep recycled batteries and battery monitoring systems, among others. They offer 5 years warranty on inverters, MPPT charge controllers, solar panels, and 1 year warranty on AGM and GEL batteries. Call Victron Energy on 020-400-8074 or 020-700-2645 to fix your energy challenges at an affordable cost. You can locate them at 10 Abeka Road, Tesano Commercial Plaza, first floor, same building with Zuzu Restaurant. You can also send them an email at info@tinosolutions.com. Thank you once again. And now, what we have agreed is that we have two more issues to look at. The Economic Intelligence Unit report that says that President Mahma or the NDC is set to lose the coming elections because they cannot bring the economy back on track, and that's the only reason they say. I read their report and I can't find anything more that they have to say that gives them good reason that the NDC will lose the elections. Well, the NDC says they have actually, confirmed that they are doing a lot of infrastructure, and that is what really they are going to win the elections with. So forget about they saying that Nanado will win. It will not happen. And then we have Dr. Wampa, who is exiting, and now all sorts of names are flying around. The two deputies, it is claimed that one may get it. It's also being rumored that Lasan and Danny of Stambik, who used to be in the running for it, is the one who is likely to get it. What's going to happen? So my guest will determine what they pick on. We'll start with Atacha.
Well, I think if we should look at the performance of the NDC in relation...
You wanted to say a last thing about the...
Yes, I wanted to stress that I've just received a text message from Dr. Mahma, and it's very clear on the point that the EC was not candid enough to divulge the coalition results in the Supreme Court. And this is very serious. And the Supreme Court did not also order the EC to present before it the coalition results, which the aggregate of which made President Mahama the President of the Republic of Ghana.
So you still have your suspicions about how
and it was
Mahama
a travesty of justice.
Okay.
It was a very serious matter.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on.
Now, I am of the view that if you look at a simple principle in the Bible, to whom much is given, much is expected, we should not renew the mandate of President Mahama. It's as simple as that. Because we are talking about the most over-borrowed government since independence. That when we put all that President Kufuor received, then Rawlings up to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, it doesn't compare with what President Mahama has received. Look, I sit in Parliament and they churn out loans as if you are in the fast food joint where people are picking food by the minute. What has happened is that the future of this country has been mortgaged. And children yet unborn are going to service serious debts. I was talking about debt quagmire in the sense that this is a nation in which we borrow money on interest to pay interest on money borrowed, and the vicious cycle continues. People are bragging about infrastructure. The infrastructure that we do not have value for money to look at whether indeed these loans have been applied properly and that the infrastructure are worth the value that we are talking about. So when you put it all together, I cannot see a situation in which Ghanaians in the midst of the suffering, I just heard that, oh, we are the best government for the simple reason that when we go to sleep, for the nation to be plunged into darkness for 3 years, we have been able to organize an emergency situation. So we have more sense in organizing emergency situations than projecting that the way the energy situation is, we can see that one of these days we'll be plunged into our power. And the consequence of this power outage is incalculable. So I do not see why anybody should seriously say, given the state of affairs, that we should renew the mandate of President Mahama. I think the projection is right, but MPP is not going to depend on this projection to rest on our house.
Well, they themselves, the Economic Intelligence Unit, they themselves say, they do not say that this is
a done deal.
A done deal.
No.
And that anything could happen.
No. So we're going to campaign seriously with the limited resources we have at our disposal to convince Ghanaians that they owe the future of this nation a duty, a sacred duty, to ensure that we try to pack off NDC for fresh hands to look at the economy and redeem this nation. Because a vote for NDC for the next 4 years could be dangerous. But nobody should be deceived into thinking that the infrastructural arrangements they put in place is evidence of good performance.
Okay.
Everything is showing
interesting.
that
On that note, well. On that note, that is where the NDC says, well, this poll is also vindicating the NDC's massive infrastructure development, as it says.
Thank you very much. To start with, this is not an opinion poll. The EIU report is not an opinion poll. No survey was conducted. No methodology has been defined as being the particular methodology that EIU used. The EIU, what they did principally was to rely upon reports largely churned out from certain media houses to draw conclusions. And so the conclusions drawn are not based on empirical evidence on the ground. Now, having laid that
however,
foundation...
the NDC accepts the conclusion drawn on the infrastructure development.
I think, you see, the program is also designed to educate the public. Okay. Because I have heard many people argue that this is an opinion poll and so on. I'm saying that this is not an opinion poll.
Right.
The distinction ought to be drawn.
That's right.
Now, Samson, having said that, if you read the report itself, the MPP has decided to discuss the report selectively, the aspect of the report which says that listen,
Nana
economic challenges, if not resolved, and that President Mahama has very little time on his hands to resolve those economic challenges, could lead to victory for Nana Akufo-Addo. That prediction is conditional. It is conditional in the sense that they are saying that President Mahama has little time to turn things around.
Right.
Something. We had a Doomso challenge. Today, I can tell you, largely the Doomso challenge has been, reversed.
At what cost?
The CD was depreciating at a fast rate. Measures have been put in place, and as we speak now, there is relative stability in terms of our currency and its performance, index and everything. So within a very short period of time, some of the policies, the homegrown policies, including the IMF policy that President Mahama undertook, are beginning to yield dividends. If that is anything to go by, the MPP should be living in fear. They should be engulfed in fear by now. Now, having said so, let me just add that they can tickle themselves and laugh.
We need to talk.
Given the numerous infrastructure, developments that have been rolled out under President Mahama, I can tell you, I have no doubt in my mind that the good people of this country would reward President Mahama with a second term in office. Look, the circle interchange alone, the experts have concluded that upon completion, that project would save Ghana $11 million annually. As we speak now, let me tell you something. Ghana is second to South Africa in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of what? Coverage when it comes to electricity transmission and even generation. We generate more electricity currently than even Nigeria. Now, let me tell you something. 2008, when we took over government,
just went into total blackout, I think, a few days
yes,
ago.
when we took over power from the MPP in 2008, coverage in Ghana was 50%.
Yes, that's the time.
As we speak now, coverage has been expanded and it is over 80% as we speak now. These are the achievements President Mahama would ride on and unleash a final blow which will send Nana Akufo-Addo into opposition.
Retirement. Thank you. Thank you very much. Which one? The
I'll just
Economic Intelligence Unit's outlook?
I'll just combine.
Okay.
I mean, in the first place, it's interesting to sometimes hear politicians say one thing and then in another situation say another, approbate and reprobate. Now, infrastructure is not an exercise in futility or mediocrity. It's interesting to know because that was a position that some President Mahama used to hold. And others who said that road in Yabere. Well, that is another matter as well. So, in any case, that is the basic function of every president. And when you talk about electricity generation being expanded, it doesn't mean that the 80% was achieved just recently. When you are building on...
We have the track record of the MPP when it comes to adding to our generation capacity.
Is it an exercise in mediocrity?
We have the track record.
Is it an exercise in mediocrity? Let's end it that way. So my point is that let us just look at the record. In 2014, in 2011, we had GDP of 14.7. And now it has receded to this particular position. The important thing is that, look, most Ghanaians will not care about the economy anyway. And when you look at the predictions, it is like a weather forecaster saying that when you see the clouds moving from Togo to the Ghana border, then it's going to rain. But if it doesn't, then it won't rain. It is so conditional, anybody can predict. The point really is that this election will generally not be about the economy. Propaganda will play a very important part. Who behaves that he is victim or victimized may also get sympathy. And so that is what I'm very sure is going to happen. So this Economic Intelligence Unit and so on, and all those things, the predictions they make will have very little. How many people will even hear this one? The village, they are concerned about the road there, hospitals. They are concerned about how much they can now spend to just get kenke and fish to eat. And not whether or not somebody is churning out figures and somebody is touting about how they have increased electricity supply. These are things they see anyway. But the policies on which these expansions can be made, I think we are lacking currently. And that is one area that we should also, and also human rights. I think that the way some of the state apparatus are going now, if we don't take care, we are going to now erode most of the gains we have made in terms of human rights. And I would plead that those in charge of national security should just engage their lawyers again. And I'm very particular about that because of what we do. They should engage lawyers to at least direct them. The police are doing very, very well. And I'm surprised that now most even murder cases are now being handled by the BNI. Why? Is that not the remit of the police? And they have the expertise there. Let us check these human rights abuses that are going on. At the end of the day, the state will be sued, like Doji Saba. 34,000 Ghana cedis we have to pay because some police officers or some state officers just decided they will show somebody where power lies. He's charged, he's convicted for murder when he had nothing to do with it. Let's check these areas. Okay. And when that is done, I'm sure that the record will be there and people will vote according to their conscience.
Thank you very much.
Just a moment. Central University, no more college. So
Central University. Oh, yes, you got your charter. Yes, yes. The president, you know, did he sign or what is it? The charter for you.
Oh, so it's been issued.
It's been issued. Okay, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
So Central University, no more Central University College.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
that's where he teaches.
I'm yet, to be honest with you, I'm yet to read the EIU report.
Okay, it's a very short one, really.
Yes, I've just heard the radio, the news broadcast. And things. And so I'm not too sure I can make any serious commentary on it. Of course, one thing I agree with, the NDC, of course, if they lose, I'll be happy. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, that's a personal view. Because I'll vote against the NDC. I'll vote against my own brother, the president.
I think that's more direct.
Yeah, it's true. I'll do that. But we'll wait. You see, the thing about coverage in terms of electricity, fact, it's around 80% now, even though I'm told some of the areas are not yet connected. But fact, 80%. But the propaganda aspect is when you credit the administration exclusively without taking into account the fact that there was a $350 million US Exim Bank facility that was procured by the Kufuor administration, approved by Parliament in August 2008. And that is the basis for this rapid expansion. Previously, we had been...
special ingenuity.
Yes, previously we had been having... It started from the PNDC. This certification started by... And it's a good project. That's one good thing the PNDC did. We're going in for small amounts, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. Then it came to the fact that, look, do this thing in a massive way. So the 350 million, and the contracts and everything were signed before the Mills administration came in. In fact, even the audit, value for money audit began before the advent of the Mills administration. Yes, so it's good. It's a national progress. But when you make it propagandist, then you seek to give exclusive credit to one administration. That's why we have to expose. Otherwise, it's fact. We have an expansion to that extent. Then the governor is the 13th governor. So we are expecting the 14th. Yes. Out of this 13, only 4 were deputy governors before they became governors. J.H. Frimpong Ansah, J.S. Ado, Wampa himself, and I think Kobna Dufo. You know, so there's a precedent that some deputies have become, but it's only 4 out of the 13. You know, so anybody could come from outside the structure.
There are people who are even suggesting that the president should just hold on after the elections.
So if then one wins, of the deputies
should appoint. If he doesn't win, whoever comes.
Then one of the deputies will be acting. Obviously, that's what I think.
You subscribe to that?
Why, Samson? He's going to win anyway.
But one person
appointment ought to be done.
You know, in America, the appointment of the replacement for Justice Scalia has become an issue.
Oh yes.
But the reason given by one party because of the election, I feel to see.
Did he say that?
You are okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry, but we have run out of time now, and too many of you now sending WhatsApp message pictures about what you say is the vehicles that are being talked about that were being moved from the company where they were being sprayed, which is alleged to belong to a national security person in the government, unfortunately. We will seek to corroborate all of those things. My Joy Online is working on them. Thank you very much for all of that. And then too many of you sending messages saying the BNI and their behavior is the reason you don't want the interception bill to be giving room for national security to intercept without recourse to court. My guests have been James Agalga, he's Deputy Interior Minister. Atacha is MP, and he's also a private legal practitioner. Also, Abdul Malik Kweku Bako is Editor-in-Chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper, and Yao Pong is a lawyer and lectures at the Central University. I'm Samson Ayenini. Have a good afternoon. My outfit, as always, is provided by Latida.
Newsfile.